Parents of high school seniors, class of 2025, here are some important things you need to know about financial aid. Hi everyone, I'm Tina Steele, the FAFSA guru, and if you like what I have to say, be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking the link below. If you have a high school senior, you're getting ready to navigate the overwhelming and confusing financial aid process, and I'm sure that you're wanting to really get the best financial aid offers possible. There are a number of financial aid resources out there and available for you to access. But one thing I want to talk to you about first is not making the mistake of assuming that your kiddo will receive great merit scholarship money because he or she is very strong academically. I cannot tell you how many parents I come across who have made this assumption only to find out in the spring of their kiddo's senior year, after they receive the financial aid offers, that their child is not getting nearly enough scholarship money or as much as they thought they would because they're a very strong student. Unfortunately, this is a very big misperception that some parents have. So now's the time for you to plan to make sure that you understand how college financial aid works, how colleges actually determine these financial aid offers, and what you might qualify for as a family based on your income and assets. The different types of financial aid out there consist of federal and state financial aid that you are applying for when you fill out the FAFSA form, otherwise known as the free application for federal student aid. There's also institutional financial aid in the form of institutional scholarships that vary from each college. And some colleges use the FAFSA to determine how much institutional aid to offer, whereas other colleges use what's called the CSS profile. This is a supplemental financial aid form that some colleges use to determine how much of their institutional scholarship money they're going to award. So as your kiddo is building his or her college list, it's important that you're checking to see if that particular college uses the CSS profile form. I've come across a number of parents and families that did not realize they were supposed to fill this form out and have missed out on significant institutional scholarship money as a result because they missed the deadline. There's also outside scholarships that students can apply for, which are a whole separate source of financial aid, where they have different deadlines and there's not one universal form that you're filling out to be considered for these types of scholarships. There are scholarships out there for students ages 13 and older, and it's especially important if you have a high school senior that he or she is applying for these scholarships consistently each and every month throughout their entire high school senior year, and then also when they're in college. It can make a really big difference when it comes to the bottom line. The 25-26 FAFSA will be opening October 1st of this year, so you're going to need to get the FAFSA filled out and the CSS profile, which will also open up October 1st, unless of course the government announces that there are some delays this year, which I will keep you posted about. And the earlier you fill out these forms, the better. With financial aid, it's like the early bird gets the worm. So I'm a really big proponent of having students and their parents fill the FAFSA form out in October to ensure that you're really getting the most financial aid that you can. When you fill out the 25-26 FAFSA form and CSS profile, it's going to be based on your 2023 income information. So something that's also important to keep in mind is if your 24 income is going to be less because there's a job loss, or even if your 25 income will be less because of a job loss or divorce or separation or something like that, that is something that's considered a special circumstance. And colleges will take this information into consideration and they can possibly award some additional aid. So some examples of other special circumstances include significant medical or dental expenses that you might have. Maybe your 23 income was inflated due to a one-time retirement distribution or a one-time capital gain, and your income doesn't normally look that high. Maybe you have elder care expenses, elderly parents that you're taking care of, or you're paying private education expenses for any other children in the household for K through 12 education. Some colleges will actually take this into consideration. If any of these special circumstances apply to you, there's really no way to report this information on the FAFSA. When you fill the FAFSA out, it's going to be based on your 23 income. So once you fill the FAFSA out, it's going to be so important that you notify the college financial aid offices, all of the colleges that the student is applying to let them know about these special circumstances. All colleges will have a form in place called a special circumstances form where you can report this information. They can then recalculate the student's financial aid based on this new information. A lot of families are not aware of this. They think that the financial aid is based solely on the FAFSA information that's provided and that they have to wait until the next year's FAFSA to report this information. And this is a really big mistake where I see a lot of families and students leaving money on the table that I just want to make you aware of. Another thing that I want to make sure that you know you can do is appeal your financial aid offers. Even if you don't have any special circumstances, statistically 80% of the students I help through the financial aid appeal process will receive some additional financial aid. And I've seen it range anywhere from $3,000 all the way up to $30,000. Just by the parents writing a humble financial aid appeal letter using some specific strategies and asking the college financial aid offices for more money. Now is the time to really educate yourselves about the financial aid process and how colleges determine financial aid offers. When you fill out the FAFSA form, the government is going to come up with what's called a student aid index. This is the number that college financial aid offices use to determine how much financial aid they're going to award. Colleges take their total cost of attendance, which would be their tuition, fees, room and board, books and supplies. Then they're going to subtract the student's SAI number that was derived from filling out the FAFSA form. The difference between those two numbers is going to be considered the student's financial need. Then colleges will meet anywhere from 10% of that financial need all the way up to 100% of that financial need, depending on the particular college. So this is where it gets tricky, and parents, if they happen to be lower income, might think that their student will qualify for a lot of financial aid because of that, but that is not necessarily the case. For that reason, not all colleges can meet 100% of a student's financial need. And if you happen to be a middle income family, unfortunately, you're going to get hit the hardest when it comes to financial aid, especially with all the new FAFSA changes that occurred for this year. So it's even more important that you're doing everything you can to really maximize those financial aid offers. So I encourage you to check out my signature program, which is my Financial Aid Academy. This is a program I developed specifically for parents of high school seniors, and right now enrollment is open for class of 2025. I do keep enrollment open for this program typically through December and January. So if you're coming across this video during your child's senior year and they're the class of 2025, be sure to go to my website, thefafsaguru.com, and check out the Financial Aid Academy to see if enrollment is still open. You can join late. I do keep enrollment open for a little while. My Financial Aid Academy begins September 1st and it runs through May 31st. It's 10 months long. I have 3 different levels of service to choose from depending on how closely you want to work with me. And in the Academy, I will guide you step by step, month by month, through the senior year college financial aid process. Depending on what level you sign up for, you'll get membership in a private Facebook group where you can ask me unlimited questions throughout the entire senior year. And then my highest level of the program, known as the pro level, you also get 2 hours of Zoom consultation time with me. But that level is almost full and I anticipate it filling up very fast. Families who enroll in my Financial Aid Academy on average receive an additional $25,000 in financial aid over the course of 4 years on top of their regular financial aid offers because of all the tips and information and resources that I'm providing in the Financial Aid Academy. Another great benefit of this program is that I curate scholarships for high school seniors. So every month on the first of the month when I release new content into the Academy, it will include a number of scholarship resources that your high school senior can apply for, and it will save you the time searching for them. It does take the average student a good hour to find a couple of solid and reliable scholarship resources. So every month you'll see between 20 and 50 scholarship resources that your high school senior can be applying for with deadlines of that particular month. The Academy covers every financial aid topic that you can imagine. And each month we'll have a new topic that we focus on. So be sure to save your spot. And if you don't want to commit to the 10-month group coaching program, you can check out my 30-day financial aid bootcamp, which runs October 1st through October 31st, provided the 25-26 FAFSA will open up on time. If it is delayed, then this 30-day boot camp will be delayed. But this is a shorter version of the Financial Aid Academy. It's 30 days long. It will include a weekly live webinar with a Q&A session and membership in a private Facebook group where you can ask me unlimited questions intended to get you through the financial aid process. I offer a free initial 10-minute consultation call to anybody that I've never worked with before. So if you'd like to learn more about my Financial Aid Academy and figure out what level is the best fit for you, you can schedule that directly through my website, thefafsaguru.com. Again, my academy begins September 1st, 2024 and ends May 31st, 2025. And if you're coming across this video in the middle of your kiddo's senior year, just go on over to my website, thefafsaguru.com, to find out if enrollment is still open. I hope to see you in this year's academy and that you found the information in this video useful. Thanks so much for watching.